justices, as well simplified by our first speaker. We believe this motion, pardon me, reparations, she stated and elaborated on economic implications. It is true that if Britain is to pay Uganda reparations, it will hinder their economic growth. Yet, instead of doing that, we should just practice the following mitigation measures: construction of dams for irrigation, use of electric vehicles, and planting of trees to modify the climate. Judges, allow me to present our first 15th point of argument, which I, the second speaker, will elaborate on. Shared responsibilities. Judges, our opponent is solely blaming developed countries for all the current impacts of climate change, but also a developing country like Uganda is also contributing to the current impacts of climate change, because they build industries that release fumes that go to the atmosphere and destroy the ozone layer. That does not mean, that means Uganda is also contributing to the current impacts of climate change. Judges, I forgot to rebuttal. In the year 1970s, the coverage of forests in Uganda was 80%, but now it was cut and left 30% and destroyed when the British already left. Muvole trees that we see here were also planted by the British. And we, the Ugandans, we are the ones supposed to pay the British, because we are cutting down the trees. We are constructing roads that are destroying the forest in Uganda. Judges, let me continue from where I stopped. So you cannot hold a developed country solely responsible for the current impacts of climate change, because all the countries, both developed and developing, have contributed to the current impacts of climate change. Not only that, they have a shared responsibility to address climate change, rather focusing on efforts on reparation. Efforts should be directed towards climate impacts and transition. Transition can also mean changing from one condition to another. So it will lead to a more sustainable global economy. Opponents, are the colonialists the one cutting trees in Uganda up to now? First tell me, I'll leave you with that answer. Let me go to our second point of argument that I, the second speaker, will elaborate on. Complexity of the issue. Judges, you know that Uganda is also releasing fumes that destroy the ozone layer, because they use vehicles that operate on diesel and later release carbon monoxide that destroy the ozone layer. Judges, if you know that this issue is multifaceted, having many aspects to be considered, it is challenging to establish a clear causal link between the actions of a specific country like Britain and the resulting impacts on others. So this makes it difficult to determine who should pay reparations and to whom. Our first speaker will come and elaborate on historical context. I have much to say, but allow me to stop here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear Honorable Omar Daniel. Omar Daniel, the Deputy Leader of Opposition. Can we hear more from the third speaker in the proposition side? Proposition with Honorable Georgina Passy. Praise, rather. The floor is yours.
Thank you. My name is Georgina Praise, a pupil of Rooted Christian Primary School, and I am here with my teammates to strongly propose the motion. Allow me start by what they say. They spoke of shared responsibilities. How are we going to pay the British? Did we go to their country to control them? And also they spoke of using electric cars. And not every community or sub-country have enough money to pay or use electric cars. Allow me go straight. The first speaker defined the motion, outlined the past activities of developed countries that have resulted into advanced climatic injustices on Uganda, which is our perimeter. Such activities include industrialization, mining of natural resources, lumbering, and technology advancement. She also gave the results of the activities: floods, strong winds, famine, diseases, food insecurity, and displacement of people, and very many others. Therefore, this House believes that Uganda should file a case to ICC demanding for immediate compensation of the past activities of developed nations. Allow me go straight to what our first speaker mentioned. She spoke of mining of natural resources. The second speaker spoke of industrialization, and the second speaker also mentioned desertification and deforestation, and also spoke of displacement of people. Allow me add something on industrialization. She said it is the setting of industries in an area. And she also said developed countries had great effect on the environment through industrialization and pollution. I know my opponents may come and say, it helped us to...
information through the table the judges to the
Not allowed, I'm still explaining. I know my opponents may come and say, it helped us to make clothes, make sugar and all that. But it also led to air pollution, pollution of air, and also noise. Allow me go straight and explain on displacement of people.
Point of information through the table of the judges to the current speaker. Is it allowed?
Information speaker. Is it allowed? No.
New territories were viewed as businesses, experiences of and sources of metals, crops. This led to displacement of local inhabitants. The local inhabitants of colonialists were also unjustly treated unjustly treated as slaves. Like the Mukono industry, people are being displaced, and also they kept setting up industries which even they grab lands from people. They grab lands, and also it led to pollution of the air. I would like to conclude by saying we as team proposition say this House believes that developed nations owe Uganda reparations from historical climatic injustices. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our proposition whip, Honorable Praise. Can we hear more from the opposition side? Honorable Aboy Hannah, the floor is yours.
Thank you, the judges, the two competing parties, the audience, and the listeners at large.